4 fragrances, 1 box, 77 pounds, and every single one of them could be your next signature scent. That is not a small claim. But today we are talking about the YSL Libre Miniatures gift set. 4 of the most talked about, most debated, most worn fragrances from one of the most iconic fashion houses on the planet, all sitting in one beautiful little collection. Now, whether you are buying this for yourself, buying it as a gift, or you have been on the fence about any of these 4 fragrances for a while, and you just cannot commit to a full bottle, this might be the most sensible 77 pounds you ever spend on fragrance. Let us get into it. Yves Saint Laurent. Even saying the name feels like putting on a good suit. Founded in 1961 by the man himself, a prodigy, a visionary, someone who genuinely changed the way women and men dressed. YSL, the fashion house, became YSL Beauty, and then YSL Fragrances, and the thread running through all of it is the same: bold, unapologetic, deeply sensual. These are not shy fragrances. They are fragrances that have opinions. Black Opium launched in 2014 and caused a genuine sensation in the coffee and vanilla fragrance space. Mon Paris arrived in 2016 and redefined what a modern romantic floral could be. And then Libre in 2019, Libre Intense in 2021, became arguably the most important feminine launch of the last decade, reframing lavender as something powerful and feminine rather than something you put in a drawer with your socks. YSL know exactly what they are doing, and this set is a masterclass in that. Right, let us talk about what you actually receive. The outer box is slick. It is gift-ready straight out of the bag, that deep YSL aesthetic, clean lines, a sense of occasion without being gaudy. Open it up, and you have got 4 7.5 milliliter miniature spray bottles sitting neatly together. Now, 7.5 milliliter miniatures sometimes feel like an afterthought. A bit flimsy, a bit cheap. These do not. The bottles are proper miniature versions of the full-sized flacons. Black Opium has that gorgeous, dark, almost gothic little bottle. Mon Paris has its soft, feminine silhouette. And then the 2 Libres, that instantly recognizable rectangular shape with the striped detail, looking confident and architectural even at this small size. They feel substantial in the hand. The sprayers work properly. No dribbling, no misting issues. For a gift set at this price point, the presentation is genuinely impressive. You would not be embarrassed handing this over, not even slightly. Okay, so let us go through each one because they each deserve their moment. Starting with Black Opium. The opening is a punch of dark, roasted coffee. Immediate, bold, almost aggressive. There is a pink pepper dancing around it that gives it an electric little buzz, a sharpness that stops it being heavy. It is nighttime in a bottle from the very first second. Now Mon Paris, completely different energy. The opening is fresh, almost sparkling, with red fruits and the brightness of white musk, lifting it immediately. It is a fragrance that opens its arms wide. There is something almost nostalgic about it, like the best version of a classic romantic scent. Then we get to Libre. The opening of Libre is one of the most distinctive in modern perfumery. Lavender, but not the lavender you know. This is lavender cut with mandarin orange, and underneath it, the first whispers of that white musks and florals are starting to come through. It smells free. That is the only word for it. And Libre Intense, the opening is deeper, warmer, with more amber and more spice in the air from the start. It announces itself with considerably more presence, more bass, more drama. Give each of these 15 to 20 minutes, and they genuinely transform. Black Opium moves into its heart, and the coffee softens. Jasmine comes forward in this gorgeous, smoky, almost dirty way, and vanilla starts to build underneath like a slow fire. It becomes intoxicating in the best possible way. Mon Paris in the heart reveals a peony and datura mix that is lush and full. There is something almost cinematic about it, like the fragrance is telling a love story, and you are somewhere in Act 2. Genuinely beautiful. Libre in the heart is where it really earns its reputation. The lavender and orange blossom intertwine in a way that is both masculine and feminine simultaneously. It is the heart of a fragrance that does not care about boundaries, which is exactly the YSL brand promise delivered perfectly. And Libre Intense, the heart is richer, creamier, with bourbon vanilla and orange blossom becoming almost decadent. If regular Libre is freedom, Libre Intense is freedom in cashmere. two completely different moods from the same DNA. What surprised me most, wearing all four back-to-back, is how each one occupies its own emotional space completely. There is no overlap, no confusion. YSL built four distinct worlds here. This is where a fragrance reveals its soul, and all four of these have souls worth knowing. Black Opium dries down to a warm, creamy, vanilla cedar base that is simply addictive. After 4 or 5 hours, it becomes a close skin scent that makes people want to lean in. It is intimate and unapologetically seductive. Mon Paris in the dry down settles into a white musk and ambrette base that is soft, warm, and skin-like. It becomes almost like your own skin, but elevated, the kind of dry down that makes people ask what you're wearing as they walk past. Libre. After a few hours, the lavender has done its job, and what remains is an extraordinary blend of vanilla, musks, and that signature cedarwood accord. It is simultaneously strong and soft, powerful and comforting. The dry down of Libre is genuinely one of the best in modern perfumery. I will stand behind that. And Libre Intense goes even deeper. The dry down is rich amber, bourbon, vanilla, and a slightly animalic musk that is warm, almost gourmand without being sweet in an obvious way. It is complex and long-lasting, and it lingers on fabric for days, genuinely days. YSL fragrances have a reputation for performing, and this set does not disappoint. Black Opium, on skin you're looking at 6 to 8 hours comfortably. On fabric, considerably longer. Sillage is moderate to strong in the first 2 hours, then it pulls closer to the skin, but it is still very much present. Mon Paris is similar, good 6 to 8 hours on skin, and the sillage in the first hour is genuinely impressive. It projects well without being aggressive. Libre on skin, I have had this going strong at 8 hours, and on a jacket I sprayed in the morning, it was still detectable the following day. That is serious performance. The sillage is medium. It creates a beautiful aura around you rather than clearing the room, which I actually prefer. And Libre Intense, this is the powerhouse of the four. The description states 8 to 12 hours, and I believe it. On skin, this beast keeps going. Sillage in the first 3 hours is genuinely room-filling. After that, it becomes a closer, more intimate trail. If you're going to a winter evening event and you want to make an impression, Libre Intense is your answer. Let us talk about who these are for, because context matters enormously with fragrance. Black Opium is a nighttime fragrance. It is autumn and winter. It is the person who likes a little darkness in their aesthetic, who enjoys being memorable in a room. It suits anyone with a slightly edgy, confident personality, and age is irrelevant here. Confidence is the only requirement. Mon Paris is a spring and summer romantic. It is date nights, it is soft evenings. It is the person who wants to smell beautiful and warm and approachable. It is romantic in the classic, wonderful sense of that word. Libre is the most versatile of the four and genuinely the most gender fluid. Spring through autumn, day or night, office or evening. If you are someone who finds traditional feminine fragrances too sweet or too floral, Libre might be exactly what you've been looking for. And Libre Intense skews cooler months, autumn, winter, evening occasions. Someone who wants a signature that commands respect. This is a power fragrance without being aggressive. As a gift set, it is genuinely perfect for anyone exploring YSL's world for the first time, or someone who loves one of these fragrances and has never tried the others. Right. Let's talk money. £77 for 4 75-milliliter bottles. That is 30 milliliters of fragrance total. Work out the price per ml and you're paying roughly £2.56 per ml. Now, if you were to buy Libre EDP in a 30 milliliter full bottle, you would be paying around £65 to £70 for that single fragrance alone. So getting 4 different YSL fragrances for £77, 4 distinct experiences, is genuinely remarkable value. You are essentially paying for 1 fragrance and getting the other 3 for next to nothing. For a gift, this is a no-brainer. For a personal purchase, whether you want to explore the range or you're traveling and need something compact, it makes complete sense. You can pick this up directly from P11 at p11.com, and the link is in the description below. Based on performance, presentation, and the sheer breadth of what you are getting here, 4 genuine, meaningful fragrances from one of perfumery's great houses, I am giving this set a 9 out of 10. The only reason it is not a 10 is that for a serious fragrance lover, 7.5 milliliters of each might leave you frustrated rather than satisfied once you realize how much you love them. But that is almost a compliment. Here is my genuine recommendation. If you're buying a fragrance gift and you're not entirely sure of the recipient's taste, this set solves the problem elegantly. 4 completely different personalities, 4 completely different moods, all wrapped in that unmistakable YSL quality. If you're buying it for yourself, embrace it. Wear each one for a week, decide which one speaks to you, and then go buy the full bottle, because you will. I genuinely believe that. All 4 of these fragrances have something worth loving. Black Opium for when you want to be dangerous, Mon Paris for when you want to be adored, Libre for when you want to be free, Libre Intense for when you want to be unforgettable. That is quite a collection to hold in one hand. So do you own any of these? Are you a Libre loyalist, a Black Opium devotee, or are you just discovering the YSL world for the first time? Tell me in the comments. I genuinely want to know which one of these 4 you reach for first. And if you have tried all of them, tell me your ranking. I have a feeling the comments are going to be interesting.